I wanted to say that I shared, uh, I don't know why they didn't want me to, I don't know. There's no reason to march in with, I mean, it's not like I wanted to, but I don't know the reason why they did not. Dumbass. But when Charlie and I, young Charlie accepted his, as they call it, call to the ministry, and he just, wanted to start the church, and I really did not want to. I didn't want to because I've been a PK, pastor's kid. I did not want to be no pastor and to build no church, but being that good wife, I followed his dream. They say the woman loses herself. She got to be what he want. Bullshit. But I did. I was the best at it. We hooked up with another young couple that lived about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour away. So they had their little ministry going down there. And, we were, I thought, very close. We traveled. We done some traveling together. She came over to spend the night at my house and had many dinners together. Celebrated the birth of the adoption of my children, and shared a lot of intimate moments, and she shared a lot of things intimately with me. I likewise with her, but I didn't get a phone call when Charlie passed, and not a text, nothing. And so how do you do that? How do you be in ministry with someone? I know that everybody's life go on, but for me, how does that happen, right? And so I had purposed in my heart that, I knew that her husband was officiating, which, but, so I knew she possibly would be there, but I hadn't heard from him. And when I tell you, I mean, I was just bawling all over the place, having lost Charlie. Still can't, it's just bawling. But I do know this, that life is uncertain, but death is sure. And this is one of the things I told my daughter. I said, your dad is gone. I said, but we just a few days behind him. I said, I want you to grasp that. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So I had purpose in my heart that I was going to, I don't get ghetto. I don't get hood with nobody. I've never been in a relationship where I acted out in public. Now, you know, I don't do that shit. And some people can, they can do that and think nothing of it, but I don't do that shit. So I wasn't going to get, what do they call it, ghetto ass, hood rat, Gucci mama, down the street, round the way, Tasha on her. But I said if I saw her, I was going to tell her. And so, Lynn, I love you. And I wasn't going to say anything around anybody, but we got another opportunity where I saw her standing off by herself. I just went over to her. I said, I'm surprised I didn't hear from you. Lynn, girl, I don't need your number. We're going to have to blah, blah. And we're going to have to get together and talk. We're going to have to, I know I caught her off guard, but I just looked at her and said it again. I just really surprised I didn't hear from you. That was it. That's all. I didn't say it in what you not that. I wasn't going to say that anyway, but I can't believe I didn't do it like that. I just simply said, I can't believe I didn't hear from you. I just can't believe I didn't hear from you. And that was it. So I don't know where people's minds are, but I tell you, the more that I live, the more that it doesn't matter. However, I'm going to say what I feel, and then I'm done with it. You feel me? I'm going to say what I feel, and then I'm done with it. Some people say, well, you don't have to say it. Yes, I did. I wanted to say it, and I did say it. I have to cross that bridge no more. I don't have to cross that. Somebody at the say, we got to talk. One of my previous in-laws. We got to talk. I said, no, we don't. That chapter's sure enough closed now. Nothing to talk about. Whoever treats me in whatever kind of way, that's on them. I'm somewhere else right now. You understand? That's why I said when I was making the video in the kitchen, I don't care what lies are told on me. You want to make it look like, she's this and she's this and she's this and she's this. See, here's how I am. When I trust and I'm comfortable with the person, then my idea of what a relationship is, that's the way that I act. And so that's what trust is. I say this all the time with regard to relationship. If a woman confides in you, that's because she trusts you. And she trusts the words that are coming out of your mouth. And that's the way that it should be. Now, I say all of this about relationships, but there are men out there that when a man knows what he's doing, that does. They know what they're doing. That to treat a woman with respect. Because a woman tends to reciprocate what's given to her, and he just respects her and just treat her like he would want to be treated if he was a woman. Let's just put it that way. So there are plenty of men out there like that. I know this one couple at Breakthrough, they were there too, and then they had 2 more kids after they left Breakthrough. Their boys, 2 more boys, had 2 girls, had 2 more boys, and I think their boys are like 10 and 12, imagine that many years. And they're still together, but he's still they're both nice looking. And he still just shows her open affection, He took the picture, he had his arms around her like this, and they, the choir picture, but he put his arms around his wife like that. And I've seen them when they're like, we were having programs and they were like, if she had to get up and say words about her husband or vice versa, then she would tear up, and then he would tear up, and then she'll say something like, boo, whatever. That shit is still going on. So there are men that understand that your life would be easier if you understood how to treat a woman. It's not that hard to treat a woman with respect. You certainly don't call her a bitch. You certainly don't call her a hoe. You certainly don't call her dumb. I went through too much to even be around such language. Not me. I remember I was with this man, and I met with him a few times. This was way before whenever. And we had good times together. And one time, we just got through having a crazy good time together, and he's like, "You gonna be my bitch?" And the good thing it was after, because I said, "Don't ever call me that again." And in all sincerity, he said, "Oh, I'm sorry." I know he didn't mean nothing by it. Most of the guys that I've been with, they are younger, so I knew he didn't mean anything by it. And in that context, in his mind, that was supposed to have been taken in a positive way, but that'll never be taken in a positive, never. And so I told him, I said, don't ever call me that again. And he immediately, he said, "I'm sorry." He said, "I'm sorry. I wasn't meaning it like that. I was just saying, I just hold it. You don't even have to explain. Just don't ever call me that again." And I think he apologized at least 4 times. I felt bad for him, because I know that he didn't mean it that way. So that's why I say that when my marriage of 25, and I cuss like a sailor now. That's what divorce would do to some people. But Charlie and I, we didn't use profanity. Didn't call each other names. None of that. We had our situations, but that we didn't do. He never called me bitch. With Terrence, by Terrence having his way he was raised up, and pimps actually in his family. He knew I didn't like that, and the only time he said it, you know, like if he's on his way out, you know, and I didn't, no. And so he treaded that very lightly, you know, and that's the reason why the one time Terrence laid hands on me in Las Vegas, that might have been the second time, but I don't remember. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Get shit straight. But I'm just talking about Las Vegas. And it wasn't a fist, flat-handed. I don't give a shit what it was, really. But that wasn't a good situation. And but he told me, and I knew that he meant it. Lynn, he said, I'll never, ever, I promise you upon my soul, I'll never lay my hands on you again. He never did. I knew that he meant it. And so I forgave him. That was it, right? Oh yeah, I know what happened before. But I forgave him. And I'm glad I did. I could tell when someone means it. But I said that to say this. All of the things that I've gone through relationship-wise, I would actually have to be a dumbass to, at this age, be in a situation where motherfucker is mistreating me, ruling me, and I'm feeling like I'm at church again, because when at church, we was always reaching, you know, reaching, but never attaining. Will you like me? What else do I need to do? I didn't mean to make you mad. I don't want that nowhere around me. I don't want it near me. And so, you know, like my friends, the guys, they they pretty much are listening. But you just say something or do something that makes me feel that your ass is bugging out. We good. I may not ever talk to you again. We good. Because you know what? I'm gonna be respected in my world. I'm going to smile. I'm going to dance. I am having sex. And run, laugh, have peace, enjoy my family, enjoy my grandchildren. I'm going to do those things. Let me rephrase it. I am doing those things.